A lot has happened
Oh
since
yeah.
then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch,
Career
that
changes.
happened. Man, you got to write a book on that, man.
Thank you for joining us on Next Play, episode 11. I'm Judy Jackson.
And I'm Kendall Vickers.
And we have a special guest today. We have Rico Gafford. He is a former NFL player, and now he switched it up now. He hung up his cleats, and now he's doing insurance with Northwestern Mutual. We're super excited to have you, Rico. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. So tell us, share with us what's been going on. I've known you for a few years. I know you know Kendall for many more. So tell us what's been going on. What's the biggest change in your life recently?
I retired in 2021. I was done playing football way back then, and I ended up finding something new for myself and my family after retiring from the NFL. It took a while, right? It took a while. When I came back home, we were set, still trying to figure it out, trying to see what exactly we're going to do. Whether we're going to go back to the NFL, we're going to hang up the cleats. Didn't know. It took a while to really decide that. But, really since then, I've been, financial advising. I'm over here at Northwestern Mutual, like you said, and also just, giving back to my community. I have merged my business with someone by the name of Ryan Smith, who is amazing. He is a founder of IAP out here in Des Moines. And what we do is, continue to give back to some of the kids that have the same dream that we had growing up. So we got a bunch of guys that just recently we're in this previous draft, NFL draft, and then we got some more kids on their way up. We got some guys at college, we got some guys on the high school level that are doing really big things and getting a bunch of offers right now. So life's been busy.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah. Going from the NFL into insurance, major pivot. Mm-hmm. What drew you to this industry?
So Northwestern is, you can say insurance, like insurance is part of what we do, but it's more of like a holistic approach with everything, like financial planning. Obviously, insurance is one of the things that we have, but we also do stuff with like money management, retirement planning, any type of investments you want to do, emergency funds, insurance, like you said. So there's a bunch of different things that, we focus on when it comes down to, meeting with our clients and onboarding clients. But what really drew me towards this industry was I had my own financial advisor when I played, and I really liked the role. Looking back at when I first met with them, I noticed that there was some things that was missing within, my plan. And, from the start of my career to the end of my career, over the years, I started to gain more knowledge of just the different things that I should have been focused on over the years while I was playing. So I was really spent some time educating myself on this industry, just the different things that we have access to as, not only athletes, but as people in general. We help many different people, even though I'm more well-versed in the athletic space, but, we can help doctors, help people that, work at Kroger's and, all the grocery stores and all that stuff, because everyone needs a plan to their financial future. So that I would say that's one of the things that pushed me towards this industry, was just being able to help people plan, because I didn't really have the best plan that I wanted to have for my kids and my family.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, that's super important. I mean, what me and Kendall do, we see it too, is, from a real estate standpoint, looking in, there's so many, and you said it best, it's not just athletes, it's everyone that needs that guidance. And you being a part of the NFL and understand that industry, can not only help the NFL, but others understand how to, financially grow.
Kind of want to rewind a little bit, because you touched on it briefly about, it took you a little while to kind of figure out kind of the next phase. And with any athlete that is going to that next phase, if they don't have something already lined up, it's very common. What kind of space were you in as far as mentally and also physically as well, when you were trying to make a transition, trying to figure out, okay, what's the next move? All that ties in to the mental for sure. What was your mindset as far as that?
I was close to being depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we played together for a couple of years, and most of those years I was on a bubble. There was 2 years where I played more than 9 games and didn't really play more than 9 games, but I was active for more than 9 games and, wasn't really on the field. And so for, a guy that was in that headspace, trying their hardest to just continuously stay in the NFL, but then get that taken away from you, it's a completely, it's a culture shock. It's really, if you're not prepared, like it could really, hinder your growth and, the rest of your career going forward. So it's like, I felt like I had everything. I had all the answers going into, my 5th year in the NFL. I had started a business by the name of Rico's at Drake. And I had, it was going really, really well. I started that business back after my rookie year. And so
I remember that.
Yeah. So I started it after my rookie year. It was awesome. The community showed a lot of love. For at least 3 years, it was the hottest thing in the state for a little minute. And it kind of got away from me a little bit because I just I left it to, the people that were helping me out with it back home. And it got away from me a little bit. I didn't really have much control. And so that was taken from me in my last year in the NFL. Plus, the NFL taking, it was different. I had money saved, but I'm like, what's next? What am I going to do? I'm in a house. I don't have anything going on. I'm trying to go work out, but I can't even really get, the mindset or, to really just drive and go and do stuff. Cause I'm like, dang, like my career's like literally up. Like I can't get nobody to take me. I was going on, visits. I was going on workouts. I was meeting with different teams. Eventually the last conversation that I had was with the assistant GM that was at the Raiders a few years ago. And he was just like, man, you know what? Like, it's probably best for you to go up to the CFL or the UFL or something like that and get a few years under your belt there so they can see you that you still got it. Cause we know in-house that you got it, is just you ain't played as much. So if you can go out there and put it on film and, let people see what you're doing, that'll be your best option to get back in the NFL. So I went to the CFL. I was out there for 2 weeks. Wasn't really, something that I really wanted to do. I didn't want to really be away from my family. I went out to the UFL. The UFL was cool. But that wasn't for me either. It was just like, some of the ways that things were handled on some of the teams. And it just wasn't anything that I was used to with having, Derek Carr, having, Aaron Rodgers and guys like that as my leaders and vets and stuff like that. And to jump into a completely different situation where the standards are a lot different. It just wasn't for me. So ultimately, I decided to just come back home, try to build something back home. And I figured out how to do that with the kids. It didn't take long at all because I had already built my relationship with Ryan Smith. And from there, he's like, hey, let's just go ahead and do this thing together. So we did that. And we've been doing our thing with that for 3-4 years now. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Mental health is so vital, and there's not enough I can say about it. Is people need to not only reach out within their communities, check on their family, their friends, but we as individuals can also do more by making more people aware that everyone goes through depression. Everyone. There's always something in your life that we have to make sure our mental health is on par because it affects everything.
Absolutely. And also too, because you mentioned in your answer how you were kind of like you played a little bit, but then sometimes you were kind of either on the roster bubble or essentially like trying to wait for your turn, your opportunity to get on the field and stuff like that. When you go through that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years plus, it takes its toll in itself. Obviously, football is something, a lot of us played at an early age. It's been our dreams, our goals, aspirations to get to the highest level and to compete at the highest level and be successful. We play an imperfect game. So a lot of the times where you may feel like, hey, I may, be better than this guy, or I might be, I just as good as this guy, but I'm not getting the same opportunities. And that happens year in and year out. It takes its toll. And then, like you mentioned, when you were trying to make that transition where it's like, oh, okay, we got the CFL, or you got the UFL, whatever, you have a family. So he's like, okay, I don't want to uproot my family and go up to the CFL and do that. I did the CFL in 2018, going into 2019. And that's when I signed with the Raiders in 2019. But I was fresh out of college. I was fresh out of college. I had no family or whatever. I just went up there. I just wanted to play football. Right. So it was like, if I go up here and do my thing here, then I can come back down. And guys that are already old or already established in the league, it's kind of tough to make that transition to back and forth. That plus the transition outside of football, we're just waiting for phone calls, workouts. Yeah. I wasn't about to do that. I wasn't about to do that. No, differently. But it looks like you were able to bounce back and you're able to find something that you're passionate about. And you took the same style of work ethic that you probably had when you were playing and put it into your new profession. So that's cool.
Bingo. That's it right there. The passion. I found something else to pour the passion into.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people, we don't see it right away because, again, football has been like, you only have so many years to squeeze that orange out and get as much out of it as you can. So when that opportunity comes of me with real estate, you at Northwestern, like, these are things that we're built for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that these people can throw at us now that we haven't already been through. So
yeah, and surrounding yourself with the right people will get you to that point, because you may not know what you want to do now, but when you align yourself with the right people and people that want to help you excel and succeed, it's a whole different ball game.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about, you had mentioned someone that you knew that kind of got you into, what was his name, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan.
So how did you meet with Ryan?
So I met Ryan my rookie year. I was in the weight room of my high school that I graduated from, and I was just working out.
So you know him for a while.
Yeah, so he walked through there. I was just in there by myself, just listening to music, working out. He walked through there, and I'd never seen this guy before. I'm like, who's this guy? Like, why is he walking through school? So he stopped. We had a conversation, and we talked for probably a good 30 minutes. And from there, I was coming to train with him. I had brought one of my boys. He played in the major leagues. He got drafted, and me and him were the same age. So whenever we were home together, we would go train with him, and then ultimately it turned into us becoming brothers. And so whenever I'd come home, whenever I'd be in Des Moines while I was playing in the NFL, he'd be the guy that I go train with. We'd go out together all the time. He'd always come and support Rico's, the bar that I had while I was playing, stuff like that. So we built an amazing relationship, and actually we got the same birthday. So it's crazy.
Oh, no way.
It was like in heaven type shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like my brother for real. And I got a lot of love for him, and he's helped me through this process. Because there's really no telling, where I would be if it weren't for him, because he gave me access to something. You know what I mean? Yeah. When I started doing the training stuff, I started doing it outside. I had a few kids that would come in. I didn't even charge them anything. I just wanted to see, how could I build my business if there was even a space for me to do so. And so he had already established his business. And he was like, man, this is the perfect scenario for us. With your experience, who you are in the city and stuff like that, there's no better guy to come out here and do that stuff and help me, build, the business in this community. So we've been building it ever since. We have a 7-on-7 program that's phenomenal. We just took them out to Atlanta for Cam Newton's C1N tournament, and 14U and 15U, and they came back with trophies. We won both the 14 and 15. So we got some guys on both of those teams that are starting to get some offers. We actually just had some that got some big D1s last night. And so we're just doing our best to help these kids, go and chase their dreams.
That's awesome.
Great. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm starting to find out that I am itching a little bit to get back kind of on that side of things as far as being involved. So I told myself, I was like, I wasn't going to get into it until my son got older. Yeah. And then
I got invited.
Yeah, so I got invited to speak at kids camp out here in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I've known the guy for a little bit. He was like, "Hey, just come on out here." He was like, "We'd love to have you speak to the kids." So it was really cool. It was really cool being out there, seeing the kids run around. Kids were coming up to me asking questions and stuff like that, and just being around. I was like, "It's like, dang!" I was like, "This is nice right here. It's nice. I like it." So we'll
You
see.
can tap into that, that age group, and then
Yeah.
slowly help guide them as they get older. I mean, that's the perfect scenario.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I also want to help high school kids as well. It's a lot of like hormones are crazy.
Yeah.
The frontal lobe hasn't been developed yet, so you kids just do dumb stuff. Like it's crazy. So and I was that kid. So what better person to kind of share knowledge than somebody who lived it and made mistakes and succeeded at a higher level.
I would say that's a big part of it because you've actually lived it. I mean, they want to be around people like you. And there's other, there's other trainers, there's other coaches and stuff like that that may not have scratched the surface. They got some type of experience, but it's like there's no comparison to someone that's actually lived it. You know what I mean? And can understand it and still give back and point them in the right direction. So I would say do it. I would say do it.
Yeah, and show them, look, this I was there. I was where you were at. This is where I'm at now. You can get there too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I had great coaches. I had great high school coaches. Like, bro, when I tell you, like, if I had any other high school coaches, I probably wouldn't be here today. Like, they really drilled the discipline that I needed.
Going back to your rookie year, if you can tell your rookie self now what you've encountered and learned, what would you tell your rookie self now?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say don't compare yourself to others.
That's deep, yeah. Especially with social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your journey is your journey. We all got the same 24 hours. What you do with it ultimately defines who you will be. Because Kendall kind of mentioned this earlier, like, when you know for a fact you might be better than someone, but they're playing, they're, getting, recognition from the coaches and stuff like that. That stuff, that's no good. That's not a good way to approach the game, right? That's not a good way to approach life. This can be, this can relate to everything in life, not just football, not just sports. Like I said, you got the same 24 hours. You got to do your best to live your best life, and also keep God close. Have good relationships. If you're God centered and you believe in the word completely, then you'll be fine regardless. And it doesn't always happen on your time, right? There's stuff you got to go through first. God's gonna put you in that position, and He's gonna challenge you many, many different times until He sees that you're ready. So it's like, be you, believe in yourself, and don't compare yourself to other people.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Don't compare, compete.
I like that.
That's it. That's it.
No, that's good. And going back to social media, that's all these kids do is they compare, oh, I wish I had that, or I wish I, did this. I wish I was there. And, everyone is blessed in a different way. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, and we just need to hone in on that. And that will provide the rest, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm interested in, are you doing any real estate other than insurance? Like, are you dabbling into real estate at all?
I have not. And you know what? Like, before I went into the bar industry as a rookie, that's exactly what I wanted to do. And Alma and I even had talks when we were in Vegas. When I met you, I met your team and stuff like that. I'm like, should we do it? Like, should we do exactly what we've been wanting to do? And she started to go to school, do the little classes and whatever else she had to do for it, because we were gonna dive in completely. I feel like the time is coming for me to actually start to, get something going within the real estate world of things. I actually was just talking to my brother yesterday, because I have a little brother who is 20. He's a streamer. All he does is sit on the screen all day, and dude's making money. Like, he has some capital and all that type of stuff. Okay, what do I need to do with my money? What do I want to? Something I'm passionate about is the real estate. And I'm like, have you like looked into anything, or you just like the idea of investing and you want to just, build residuals and all that type of stuff? He's like, that's it. So I encouraged him to, ask ChatGPT some questions, just for starters, because he doesn't even know where to start. And I'm like, honestly, I'm meeting with some professionals tomorrow, so I could probably get you some feedback, just to point you in the right direction, because that's something he's passionate about. Like I said, he's streaming. He has his little friend group of, streamers, and they're all sitting on probably $30,000-$40,000 and don't know what to do with their money.
Wow. How old is he?
20.
He's young.
Yeah.
And honestly, he starts at that age. The sky's the limit for him.
Yeah.
So does he compete? Is that how he makes his money, or does he get money off sponsors? How does that?
Literally through TikTok. I think he's making $1,000 to $2,000 a week just streaming and playing Fortnite.
Oh wow,
Fortnite.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, we own Bahalan, which is a esports training facility. I mean, there's so many gamers out there that you don't realize it's another sport, really. And I didn't realize until we opened Bahalan. I'm like, good God, this is like another sport, but indoor with gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, he's interested in doing something. I told him he needs, invest some of his money with us so that we can watch it, and he has some liquidity and stuff like that. But for the most part, he's just sitting on money right now, and he's like, I want to jump into real estate. So
absolutely, especially on that front where it comes to, man, I wish I would have invested in real estate at that age. I mean, I was in college during that time, but I wish it was on the forefront of my mind, especially at that age. And now that I'm 31 years old, it's different things are more important to you now that they were then back then. So no, that's awesome though.
But I'll definitely, when I'm ready to invest in the real estate, I'm be hitting y'all up for sure.
Yeah, we need to get something together, maybe a seminar for our clients that are looking for insurance or financial advisors, for sure, or any athletes even that are looking. So we'll definitely talk about that.
I've had people ask me about that, by the way. We'll talk later about
that.
Sure,
with our viewers, where can they find you? How can they reach you if they're looking for financial advisors and insurance?
So I have not gotten to the point where I have, started to build my social media around my business, but I still have my my main page is Rico Gafford 2_ on Instagram and X, and then on Facebook it's just Rico Gafford. Before, I'm a financial planner. Work for Northwestern Mutual, can help with any and everything along the lines of planning. So yeah, and I'm also, completely involved in the community and, building the kids here in my community in, many different ways. I go and do, speaking engagements. I go out and do charity events and all that type of stuff in my community. So I'm honestly one-stop shop here in my city.
Are you only in Des Moines? Is that the only?
Yeah.
Okay, you're licensed there.
So right now I'm only in Des Moines. When it comes down to the planning piece, I can work with anybody, anywhere. All it takes is for me to have my team go and, get me what I need in a different state, to where if I need different certifications or whatever else, my team will do that for me. And, I can onboard clients in any state.
Awesome.
You're on LinkedIn too, right? I think you're
Yes.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah. LinkedIn, I'm so new to that. But definitely on LinkedIn as well, like Rico Gafford too. So
yeah,
Awesome.
LinkedIn and Facebook are the two things that I just
Yes.
I'm trying.
I know. We appreciate you being on our Next Play episode. Follow us for more and subscribe.
sounds good. I appreciate y'all having me and enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Appreciate you, Rico. Thanks.